'Cause I'm here, doing my own thing, doing it my way. I'm here, and I'ma keep on doing what I gotta do.
Ball-darted.
This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is.
Can you tell us if it's round or if it's flat?
It's flat. The world is flat.
The world is flat.
The earth is flat. The earth is flat. The world is flat.
The earth is round or flat. No. Not allowed to take this.
The earth was flat.
The earth is flat.
The world is flat. Flatter than a pancake. The world is flat.
The earth is flat. The earth is flat.
The earth is flat.
The earth is still flat.
The earth is flat. The earth is flat.
The world is flat.
The earth is flat.
How do we know the earth is not flat?
We don't. It's flat. The earth is flat.
The earth is flat.
Space
Is fake.
The world is flat. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not a curve inside.
The blind stares of a million pairs of eyes, looking hard but won't realize that they will never see the P.
My bitches with non-figures, real niggas fingers on nickel-plated non-triggers. Must see my enemies defeated. I catch them while they coked up and weeded, open fire. Now them niggas bleeding. See me in flesh and test and get your chest blown. Straight out the west, don't get blown. My adversaries cry like hoes, open and shut like doors. Is you a friend or foe? Nigga, you ain't know. They got me stretched out on death row. I seen money, but baby, I got to get more. You screaming, go to pop, and I ain't stopping till I'm well paid. Bills paid now, nigga, look what hell made. Visions of cops. Niggas open fire, bunch of thug life niggas on the ride until I die. Ask me why I'm a boss player getting high, and when I'm rolling by, niggas can't see me.
The stares of a million pairs of eyes, and you'll never realize you can't see.
Been getting word that these square motherfuckers with nerve saying they can get with us, but picture me getting served. My own mama say I'm thugged out. My shit be popping out the record store as if it was a drug house. My lyrics bang like a crip of blood. Nigga, what? It ain't nothing but a party when we thug. And there I was, a young nigga with heart. Ain't had shit to lose. Pulling my pistol on them fools. You know the rules. Do y'all eat?
What you see here is what the Earth looks like from around 13 miles up. This is using a regular lens that does not distort the video, unlike fisheye lenses that make it look as if the horizon curves, when in reality it doesn't. And look at the sunspot on the clouds. If the sun were really 94 million miles away, as they want us to believe, there is no way it would be able to concentrate like this. The truth is, the sun is much closer and smaller than what we've been told.
They say the sun is 93 million miles away. How far do you think it really is?
That's 60 to 100 miles.
60 to 100 miles away.
Probably not even. I might be so wrong. It's probably just more local and...
It looks really close. When you look
does.
at it, it's like, it's right there. How is it 93 million miles away?
Yeah.
Where'd they get that number? What are they trying to do? What is NASA trying to do with all their space science?
They're trying to make a godless world of...
Oh my God.
Everyone is insignificant except for the rich people who've got all the money. The sun is on the ecliptic under the stars. They are called the fixed stars. Then the 7 planets, we're calling them planets, but they are called the wanderers. The Greeks called them the 7 wanderers, okay? Because they also look just like the stars, but they keep moving, whereas, you know, Taurus and Aries, their positions never move, and yet Jupiter's going through them every year, you know, like and Mercury and the Sun, they're going through them on the ecliptic. Well, those 7 planets, according to the Jewish system, like the Russian dolls, like an onion, layers within layers, we on the Earth, we are one layer. Then the Moon's layer, the Moon is the first portal. She's the first wormhole. She has the first sphere above our heads. I believe that's what they call the ionosphere, the troposphere, and all these spheres, and then they call them belts. Kuiper belt, asteroid belt, Van Allen belt, sphere, belt.
There's all
sphere.
the belts, man. Astro belt, Van Allen belt. Those are just
the planetary spheres.
What do you think? What do you think the planets are? They lights? Is it like it's not like dirt or like
no?
It's the planets aren't like Mars. Isn't like dirt.
No, not at all.
So they're not landing. So they're not landing Mars rovers on Mars, right?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
What are they doing?
It's fake.
Well, what they're doing is they're going to places like Greenland with very, very exotic landscape, and they're making it look like it, and then they're colouring it to look red and what have you. Wikipedia, if you go to Wikipedia, which I'm in now, and you look up under Saturn, in the first sentence it will tell you that Saturn is a gas giant. And then you go to Jupiter and it tells you that Jupiter is a gas giant. Yeah. Then you ask what the sun is, they say it's hydrogen and helium. Well, that's gas. Why is Venus or Mars or the Moon, where they landed, why is it an exception? You can see with your own eyes that it's a light. Ptolemy, for thousands of years before the Jesuit Copernicus turned up and made a spinning ball, was saying all of the 7 planets are entirely luminous. There it is. They are portals. They are holes in the sky. The great Italian genius Pierluigi Gina, who was a colleague of Marconi, the inventor of the radio, thank you very much, these two geniuses. He studied the sun and energy, and he's a stationary earther. He's insisted, up until the day he died, 2004, you see him on YouTube, little Italian man saying, "La terra è ferma." He says, me and Marconi discovered that the earth is stationary. It doesn't move. And then he takes you into his laboratory and shows you with strobe lights how you can prove quite easily
that the earth does not move.
The stars are holes in the sky. So that got me thinking. The Greeks said that the stars are like nailed onto the firmament. The Babylonians says that the stars are glued onto like an aerogel sort of floating in space chandelier type thing where all the stars and the 7 planets are going around on the ecliptic. And they said that's like a chandelier and they're pinned to it.
They're holes in the sky.
Y'all know what's crazy? How about I can show y'all, I don't know, hundreds of proofs that all this space and crap, this bull crap. But no one will believe that. I've already established that. It's cool. But in the same breath, you guys can turn around on mainstream media and NASA could say, hey man, the earth is a giant fart bubble from a big alien. You guys would actually believe it. That's how crazy this is. But anyway, just want to let y'all see and understand that no one is landing on Mars. There are no rovers on Mars, unless you want to call Greenland Mars, because that's where they are. They're in Greenland. And I know none of you space cartoon lovers are going to believe that, because that's what you want to believe. You want to believe that there's an intergalactic life out there for you somewhere. There's not. This is it.
This is the Curiosity rover. Designed initially to explore the crater Gale on Mars as part of NASA's Mars Science Laboratory mission, Curiosity was launched from Cape Canaveral on November 26, 2011, and landed inside Gale on Mars on August 6, 2012. The landing site of the car-sized rover was less than 1.5 miles from its touchdown target after completing a 350-mile journey. It would also go on to conduct planetary habitability studies in preparation for human exploration of Mars. Curiosity's 2-year mission would eventually be extended indefinitely, and it continues to send back images and data to this day. This mosaic taken at the rover's landing site in the Gale crater was created by using 27 images from its mass-mounted left navigation camera. Looking at Curiosity's landing site in color reveals the gravelly area surface of the Gale crater. The terrain falls off into a depression, and beyond that is the boulder-strewn red-brown rim of a moderately sized impact crater. Farther off in the distance, there are dark dunes and then the layered rock at the base of Mount Sharp. This image from the Mars Hand Lens Imager camera shows a small bright object on the ground beside the rover. The object is about ½ an inch long, and the rover team believes this object to be debris from the spacecraft, possibly from the events of landing on Mars. This is the Shaler outcrop, taken during the 120th day of Curiosity's mission. Its dramatically layering pattern suggested evidence of past stream flow in some locations.
So there I was, just minding my own business, looking at Google Earth, and this big snow-covered monstrosity is staring me in the face like, why is that covered in snow? I look into Ireland and some other areas around it, Iceland. Ireland gets snow only once a year, 1 day a year. So I keep digging a little bit deeper, and I finally get underneath this cloud cover here, and a few images pop up. And I say, oh, images, what are they? Well, this is what you got, which I'm sure that looks familiar to you, right? Looks just like the pictures they give us of Mars. So I'm just kind of creeping around here and definitely noticing the same kind of undulation changes and same kind of rock, same kind of dirt. Only thing that's missing is that nice little red tint that they pay somebody $150,000 a year to put on there. But those mountains, those rocks, definitely exactly like we see on Mars. So I say, I wonder what they're doing out here. What is all this equipment for? I'm sure it can't be NASA, right? Whose orange Hummer is this? Okay, that looks like a NASA symbol. Well, let's dig a little further because I can't really see anything on here other than it certainly looks like a NASA symbol. And I can't read that. Tried. So this one here said roving the Arctic. So what is that? Doesn't make any sense. Pop in here. See if we can find anything. Again, same kind of mountains. That looks like the same kind of water I've seen before that I thought was water on Mars. Who knows? Zoom in. What's that? Oh, nothing. Just looked like it was funny. So I'll keep kind of going through here and see if it... What the... Yeah. So, I think I found out where Mars is, guys. It's just about 1,000 miles north of me. Not quite the distance that NASA says, but I can't find anybody who's in charge of this. They must be hiding behind these rocks. Oh no, there they are out in front of everybody, just standing there. Lovely. Clown number 1, clown number 2, and clown number 3. Yeah, this is very empty here. Oh, there's one of those ATVs. All right, now we're on to something. Oh, I got another truck. Oh yeah, it says NASA. What's that say? Mars Project.
This is the view of the John Klein location selected for the first rock drilling by the Curiosity team, taken during the afternoon of the 153rd Martian day of Curiosity's mission. The veins shown give rise to evidence of a wet past and are quite common in the flat-lying rock of the area.
A lot of you guys like to get hostile when I say you're ignorant. Well, do you guys know the definition of the word ignorant? It's not a cut down, it just simply means that you don't know. And you don't. You don't know. If you're still arguing and thinking that we landed a trash can wrapped in aluminum foil on the moon. You're ignorant. Period. And it goes to show how ignorant when one of the so-called people who supposedly stepped foot on the moon tells you that they never went. But you still believe they went. You still believe it. That's ignorance. Not only is it ignorance, it's willful ignorance. You want to believe it so bad that you refuse to believe it when people tell you that it didn't happen. Because it didn't happen. Listen to Buzz.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know.
Because we didn't go there, and because we didn't go there,
and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen. So in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going.
Okay, check this. Me and 6 friends decided to go on a road trip. But at the very beginning of this road trip, the car explodes. We all should be dead, right? Well, what if a little while later, say 5-10 years later, you see me walking down the street with 5 of the people that were in the car with me, just chilling, hunky-dory, having a good day? What would you think? Something ain't right about that, is it? Well, why don't people think there's something, why don't y'all think there's something ain't right about the whole Challenger mission? This space shuttle exploded, supposedly. Well, it did explode. I saw it on TV when I was like, 6? But anyway, it exploded with 7 people on board. Explain to me how 6 of the 7 are still alive today. Space magic, right? Gravity, right? Anyway.
In 1986, the shuttle Challenger exploded about 74 seconds after takeoff, killing all 7 astronauts inside. Or did it? It turns out that 6 of the 7 are still alive and kicking today. Ellison Onizuka claims to be his identical twin brother, Claude. Yeah, I've got an identical twin brother, Claude, too. The Challenger pilot, Mickey Smith, hasn't even bothered changing his name. He's now Professor Michael J. Smith of University of Wisconsin. Now, Krista McAuliffe was a bit of a sneaky one. She was the Challenger payload specialist, quite famous for being a teacher. It turns out during her astronaut days she was using her middle name, Krista, and now she goes by her first name, Sharon, and she's a Syracuse law professor. The Challenger commander, Francis Richard Scobie, is now Dick Scobie, which sounds like a rather unpleasant disease, CEO of Cows in Trees Limited. Judith Resnick, the Challenger mission specialist, again hasn't even bothered changing her name. She's a professor at Yale Law. And finally, Ronald McNair, another Challenger mission specialist, claims to be his identical twin brother, Carl McNair. What are the odds?
And for you cartoon-loving space believers, well, here's an example of how they get your space. But I know, y'all want to believe in it so bad and believe that there's aliens and planets and all kind of crap out there. I know you really, really want to believe that. And a lot of y'all have based your whole childhood and lives around this crap. But Doesn't mean it ain't fake, because it is 100% fake.
As with any scientific experiment, you always try to improve upon what you did before. So I got some foam core, made a little housing for the magnifying sheet, and pasted the city on the back there, and I made it as two separate pieces so that I could flex it as necessary, because I think that there are different types of atmospheric conditions that would allow for more magnification versus less magnification. So in this scenario, you have more magnification, and in this one you have less. And for this one I decided to put the Toronto skyline into my little box here. And let's try it again. Okay, we're all the way up against the glass. Now let's zoom across the lake, and wow, look at that. The lower portions start to disappear. Now let's zoom back in to get a little closer to the one that Captain Baltard was talking about here. And wow, look at this. Here's his image on the right, and here's my image on the left. Missing the lower portions of the city had nothing to do with curvature whatsoever.
Hello? Hey, who? What's up? Nothing, B. Just watching the game, having a bud. What's up with you? None. Watching the game, having a bud. True. It's what?
And as always, you do not have to believe me, man. You can just
Do what the fuck you wanna do. Go ahead. Say what the fuck